All right, so let's start. Uh, a very good evening to everyone, and thank you for accepting this invitation from my side for this small session. It will be a very small session of say around 15 minutes, 14, 15 minutes, not more than that. And this is basically a warm up session that we are having uh, before we start our training from probably next week. And because of some changes in the structure of the business that we were planning earlier, uh, there was a gap. There was a gap in communication from my side, and this is just a warm-up training session that I have planned. Now, this particular training is about something. All right, Aisha is here. Just a second, Aisha will be joining. Yes, Aisha is here. All right, so in this particular small session, short session, we will be talking about something which is very, very important, and that is how to get rid of lifestyle problems or lifestyle diseases or stress in our lives. Now, you might be wondering why I'm focusing on this particular topic in the very beginning, because uh, a healthy mind resides in a healthy body. I strongly believe in this. I mean, I've seen both the sides. Uh, I've seen the darker side. I've seen the darker side, and I've also seen the brighter side. And this training is totally out of my experience of last 20 years, and that is why I'm emphasizing. That is why I'm emphasizing a lot on this particular uh, aspect, that we need to first take care of our health. We need to first take care of our mind, body, and then we need to just give in our hard work uh, so that we can achieve a target in the best possible way. I hope you all will agree to this. I hope you all will agree to this. All right. So I'm basically talking about lifestyle problems, problems which are जो आ जाती हैं because of imbalance lifestyle, because of imbalanced lifestyle. When there is an imbalance in the lifestyle, these problems come into our mind or body, right? Now, can anyone tell me any idea about what kind of problems that we might get because of unhealthy lifestyle? Anything that you know? Richa, Lina, Nandini, Alia, Aisha?
No sleep.
Insomnia. That is insomnia. Nikki,
Hmm.
you are
Yes.
unable to sleep. There is
Sleep.
no sound sleep in your day-to-day life, and you are finding it difficult to sleep. Right. One thing. What else it can be? They can be. Richa, Lina.
Fitness.
Hmm?
Fitness.
Yes, fitness about what? Uh, Specific name of that particular problem that might, जैसे कि अभी नंदिनी ने बोला, no sleep. That is insomnia. People, I don't know how many people around us, they are dependent upon sleeping pills, isn't it? They are dependent upon sleeping pills.
Yes.
Yes,
So depression.
yes, depression, anxiety, stress that later on converts into depression.
Right.
And depression is a very bad state of mind when a person is totally not in control. He has zero control over his mind, zero control over his thoughts, and his brain is out of control and he's getting thoughts which he never want to have, isn't it? That is the situation of depression, when a person is totally out of control. He loses control of his brain and he is uh, unable to focus. See, what is what is that one thing which is very important? The one thing which is very important is that you should have control on your brain, on your mind, on your thoughts. That is very important. Only then you will be able to study. Only then you will be able to do work, do your business, focus on research, uh, enjoy company of your friends, have a good family life. That is only possible when you have control on your brain, when you are able to focus. All right. So, all right. Is this thing visible? Understanding the root cause. Can you see this? See this tree? This lifeless kind of tree? Can you see this lifeless tree over here? Unhealthy diet, inactivity, lack of socializing, lack of socializing, smoking and alcohol, lack of sleep, stress, processed food. All these things are root cause of all these things mentioned over here. Can you see all these things? I'm sure you must have heard 90% of these things. Thyroid, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Anxiety, diabetes, cancer that we see around us, cardiovascular problems, hormonal imbalances. हम बोलते हैं ना कि this person is behaving abnormally. I mean, he was not like that. What has happened to him? Why is he behaving like that? Hypertension. Hypertension is like very high blood pressure. When a person has very high blood pressure, he's unable to sit, he's unable to walk. I mean, he cannot sleep, he cannot, stay awake. He's having a difficult time managing stuff. So why I'm focusing all these things? Because I went through a lot of such problems in the recent past. I went through all these problems in the recent past, and I had really had a difficult time. Uh, I was almost on the verge of losing control of my brain. I was almost on the verge of losing control of my brain. I mean, no control over my thoughts, no control over my action. What I'm doing, I was totally out of control, and I was getting into a dark dish, and that is actually not good for anyone, isn't it? Now, why I'm focusing on this particular part? Uh, Again, I'm telling you this, that why I'm focusing on this particular session. It is very important for us to understand that health is our priority, isn't it? Will you agree, Richa, Nandini, Alia, Aisha?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Health is our priority. हेल्थ से ऊपर कुछ नहीं आता है. सबसे पहले हमको अपनी वेलबींग पे फोकस करना है. Now, people around us, like medics especially, they make it very complicated. Listen very carefully. They make it very complicated. The modern science, the more it is developing, the more complicated it is becoming. ये बहुत complicated सा होता जा रहा है धीरे धीरे करके. And that is why it is very important. For example, if anyone tells you that what is the solution for anxiety? What is the solution for anxiety? If a person is having anxiety, I was having anxiety a year back, for almost 2 years, I was into anxiety. I went through thyroid imbalance. Yes, I went through thyroid imbalance. I was getting into the grip of obesity. My weight went up to 85 kgs. Right now I'm 77 kgs. I was into thyroid. Thyroid को मेरे को ट्रिक लेकर देगा ताकि मेरे को thyroid की problem है. I was having anxiety. And I'll tell you one thing. I didn't take any kind of treatment for this. I decided to work on the root cause. That what is the root cause? This you can see. I was working on this. I was not googling about it. Never use Google and be your own doctor. Now what I did, would you like to know what I did? Consistently for
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
many months, or you can say years. All right. This is what I did. Can you see this particular slide?
Yes, sir.
The most important thing that I did was balanced diet. I was having a check of what is going into my stomach. ये कितना छोटी सी लगता है ना सुनने में, छोटी सी बात लगती है सुनने में, but this is very important. It is very, very important. Then what I did, the first thing was I decided to have short-term goals. I was not focusing on long-term goals, which are beyond my control. I was having short-term goals. I decided I will have short-term goals, 3 months, right? Then I decided to exercise regularly. And by the term exercise, I mean yoga and walk. I've been practicing yoga for last 20 years, almost 20 years, but there are time when the process वाला gap हो गया. I realized that I need to increase the intensity of it. Then balanced diet. देखिए जो इनपुट है वो आउटपुट होगा. इससे आप लोग एग्री करते हैं?
Yes, sir.
जो इनपुट है वो आउटपुट होगा. जो इन्फॉर्मेशन का इनपुट जाएगा आपके माइंड में वही आपके बिहेवियर में सामने आएगा. इससे आप एग्री करते हैं?
Yes, sir.
जो आपके
Yes,
ब्रेन में
sir.
जाएगा वही आपके बिहेवियर में सामने बाहर आएगा. सो मैंने डिसाइड किया कि नहीं, आई विल चेक दिस व्हाट इज गोइंग इन माय स्टमक. आई कंट्रोल माय डाइट. सॉल्ट इनटेक कंट्रोल किया, शुगर इनटेक कंट्रोल किया, few other things, oil control, and things were getting on track. It takes time. So that is about balanced diet. Yoga. Now let's talk about yoga. People are very concerned कि भैया बहुत टाइम देना पड़ेगा, बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी. We can easily give 30 minutes every day for say 4 days in a week. This is what I did. Then meditation. Now this is something which is very important part of my life in today's scenario. Very important part of my life. Meditation. I have reached the level where I can meditate for 30 minutes straight very easily. 30 minutes straight. I can take my brain, my mind, my thoughts into zero zone where I'm not thinking about anything. I'm actually not thinking about anything. Zero zone. Can you believe this? Now it's an achievement. Trust me. And I can very confidently tell you that इसके बाद आपको बहुत सारे benefits मिलते हैं आपकी working में, studies में, business के अंदर, research के अंदर. This will help you. Then connect with the Supreme. When you are meditating, you are connected with whom? When you meditate, you are connected with whom? You are connected with God. directly. Connect with the Supreme, and one very important thing, stay away from negative people. Stay away from negativity. Please stay away from negativity. I don't know after how many years, maybe after 2.5 decades, जितनी शायद आपकी एज भी नहीं है. Maybe after, I think after 2.5 decades, I've stopped watching news channels. I've stopped reading newspapers. Negativity. जो आपके माइंड में इनपुट दिया जा रहा है वही आपके बिहेवियर में आउटपुट आएगा. विल यू एग्री टू दिस? क्या हम मुझसे अग्री करेंगे इस बात को?
Yes, sir.
ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स हैं. हैव शॉर्ट टर्म गोल्स, रेगुलर एक्सरसाइज, योगा. You can also go for a stroll in the evening. Balanced diet. Check your diet. Check your diet for at least 6 days in a week. One day, eat anything. But exercise जरूरी है. Then meditate. Connect with the Supreme and stay away from negative people. बहुत simple है. It is very very simple. It is not that complicated. You might not take it very seriously in today's right now, but as the time passes by and you grow, आपकी एज बढ़ती है, you will realize these things. It is a continuous process. This is what we need to understand. It is a continuous process. अभी मैं ठीक हो गया, मैंने सब कुछ छोड़ दिया? No, this is not good for me. It is a continuous process. And finally, I wish you all a very good health and peace. All right, that's it for today's training. And let me stop the recording.